I want to share with you something that I wish existed when I was converting my van. Because when you're planning a build, you think about how much time it might take to make, but you don't think about how much time it would take you to shop for all of the things you need to make it. So I've made you a little something. Some of the shopping is quite straightforward. You go to a hardware store, you get some wood, some screws, some paint, but then there's all this stuff that's really specific. And you need to go online to either find a decent range of options or to find it at all. I can't just rock up at a retail park and expect to find a 12-volt fridge, some custom cut foam and lightweight stick-on tiles that match my design of my van. And then there's all these little extras that are more connected to the level of comfort and convenience that you want for your lifestyle when you're living in the van. If you want decent internet, you'll need a portable router. When you've done your dishes, where are you going to dry them? I've got one of these. Maybe you'd like fancy plates that look like they're ceramic, but are actually plastic. Living in a van comes with different challenges to living in a house. You're always moving it, so everything needs to be secured in place, and you're driving it over speed bumps, over potholes, and doing the occasional emergency stop when you encounter someone on the road who can't drive. So it needs to withstand sudden movements and vibrations and be knocked about a bit. In the summer, in England at least, it might be 30 degrees in the summer in the day, and then in the winter you might wake up at 5 degrees, 8 degrees, and then you put the heating on and then it's quickly 22 degrees. And everything that you buy needs to be able to withstand all of this. And it wants to be as small as possible, as lightweight as possible, and not break. And you're essentially buying a whole house worth of stuff to this remit. So you can see how this can quickly become a lot of work, doing all the research to find all of these things that fit this lifestyle, and sometimes find just really innovative ways and solutions to fix things and make things work in a way that works for your van. Just think of how much research you do to buy like one thing that you want, and now times that by several hundred and you have some idea. You can end up spending as much time shopping as you do actually in the van building it with a tool in your hand. At least I did. So when I started the build, I already started documenting all of the things that I bought because I wanted to know how much it was costing me, or if I needed to buy more of something, I had the link or a part number to easily get another. Now I've completed the build and I'm happily living in it, I've made this website to help other people who are converting a van spend less time in research mode. If you click here or in the link in the description, you'll find my Notion database of loads of really useful stuff that I bought for the van. I'm still building this, and if you see anything in a video that isn't on here, just drop a comment on here and I'll try and add that in later. I've set this up initially for UK links because that's where I am, but I realise a lot of my new followers are from the USA, so I'm beginning to add links to there as well. Welcome, by the way. I'm also starting to add videos into the pages, so if I've talked about something, maybe you're browsing and you see an item that you think is interesting, you can click on that onto the page, you can find out me talking a bit more about it and see if that's useful for you as well. And the layout on here might change a bit, but you basically got this gallery view where you can see different items with photographs and a little description. And then there's also this table view if you prefer to look at it like this. I've grouped items into categories, and there's also a search function up here. Each item has its own little page, and I've indicated if it's the exact thing that I've used, or if maybe that item is no longer available or has been updated. Then I've put a link to the most similar thing I can find, and I've noted that it might be slightly different. I've lived in the van for 18 months now, so everything on here I have either bought while I was doing the conversion or very near the end, and it's all really tried and tested, and this is stuff I actually use day to day. And I've also only posted things that I'd actually be happy recommending. If I've bought something and it was crap, it didn't make the list. I've also added links to compatible items, so you can see where something makes up part of a system, such as the hammock chair also needs these lock-in carabiners, and it also needs these anchors. So I've linked all of them together so you can easily just hop between like a set of things that kind of work really well together as well. My absolute most useful items are highlighted as top items, so do check these out. I haven't added construction items like wooden screws because you don't really buy these online. Your local woodyard or hardware store is the best place, and you can get what you need in what goes together based on what materials that you're using, but I did keep a log of what I've used and how much of it. So if you want some more information, drop a comment and I will see if I can add another page here with the information later on. So I'll pop the link up here again. Check out the page. I hope you find it helpful. I'm going to be doing some shorts in the next couple of months as well, going over some of these items individually in more detail. I had this idea to do like a tiny home gift guide, so if you're in a van you can share it with other people, or if you have a friend who's in a tiny home or a van, or anybody that kind of is living in a really small space. If you haven't already seen my tour video, I'll put that for you to watch next, and I will see you next time. Bye.